トヨタがバッテリー EV に対してやっぱり具体的な商品の提供ですとか、あるいは将来戦略に対する情報開示という観点で
Following the resignation of its previous CEO Akio Toyoda, Toyota, one of the top manufacturers in the world, has been dealing with a number of difficulties. Koji Sato, the company's new CEO, has been faced with a number of problems and expectations since taking over as CEO. This is common for new CEOs at large companies like Toyota. The corporation is in serious difficulty, as the new CEO has now publicly acknowledged. What precisely is happening at Toyota then? Come along as we investigate this scenario. Within the car business, there was a great deal of curiosity and conjecture when Toyota CEO Akio Toyoda announced his plan to retire. The company's position on electric cars and how the new leadership would handle this cutting-edge technology were among the main topics of conversation. There was a great deal of expectation that a younger CEO would be named, one who was keen to transform Toyota's approach and give all-electric car development top priority. Industry watchers predicted that Toyota would accelerate to catch up to other manufacturers that had already adopted electric vehicles. Many were astonished, therefore, when Koji Sato, the CEO, immediately accepted the plans and tenets that were already in place. To many people's surprise, Sato decided to stick with the company's present strategy, rather than quickly shifting towards a strong emphasis on EVs. Although electric vehicles, EVs have received a lot of attention as the main means of reaching carbon neutrality. Sato has underlined the significance of taking a more comprehensive approach. According to Sato, achieving carbon neutrality is not the only way to achieve all electric vehicles. He promotes a holistic strategy that takes a 360-degree view of the problem and takes into account many causes and remedies. Sato suggests that there are many approaches to attaining sustainability and lowering carbon emissions without concentrating just on EVs. According to him, going electric is not the only way to achieve this goal. You really have to take a 360-degree approach to carbon neutrality. This viewpoint, which differs from the popular narrative that frequently emphasizes EVs as the major answer, has drawn attention and generated conversations. Toyota could be thinking about taking a more comprehensive and varied approach to being carbon neutral, based on Sato's conviction that there are other workable options to investigate. But now, it appears that the business has changed its mind. Koji Sato, the CEO, has announced a significant shift in the company's course. Toyota has changed its strategy from its previous concentration on alternative solutions and now intends to launch a broad portfolio of 10 new electric car models. The choice to give EVs priority is primarily motivated by consumers' growing inclination towards purchasing electric cars. This year's first quarter saw the Tesla Model E overtake the Toyota Corolla as the best-selling car globally. Toyota can now clearly see that consumer preferences are changing from cars with internal combustion engines (ICE) to vehicles with battery electric propulsion. Asahi Shimbun sources state that Toyota encountered difficulties with the BZ4X, its first attempt at an electric car. Comparing the BZ4X to competitors who had created their EVs from the ground up, the latter resulted in greater production costs and superfluous components due to the platform sharing with petrol and hybrid automobiles. To counter these obstacles, Toyota has said that it will create a platform specifically for electric vehicles. The Asahi Shimbun article, however, indicates that Toyota does not plan to introduce its EV line until 2027 to 2028, which might put its market share in danger, considering how quickly the worldwide EV market share is growing. According to the estimate, by that time Toyota would find it difficult to hold on to even a tenth of its present market share in key markets, which stands at 10 million units. The intricacy of the car production process presents difficulties in promptly adjusting to evolving market requirements. The firms that now manufacture electric vehicles in large quantities, like BYD and Tesla, stand to benefit from the spike in demand for EVs worldwide. Having set up EV supply chains and manufacturing procedures, they can more readily increase their current output to match the rising demand. But Toyota faces a lot of difficulty as a result of this. Even though Toyota is the biggest automaker in the world, just 0.2% of its vehicles are electric vehicles, EVs, as of right now. Toyota's EV output does not even place it in the top 20 when compared to other significant participants in the EV industry. In October, Toyota reported that it will sell around 14,000 battery electric cars, BEVs, worldwide in 2022. That translates to a manufacturing pace of fewer than 20,000 automobiles annually. By contrast, BYD and Tesla are among the firms that produce BEVs in far larger quantities. For instance, but manufactured 911,140 BEVs in 2022, a significant decrease from Toyota's manufacturing figures. Similarly, 1.31 million more completely electric vehicles are produced by Tesla than by Toyota, a difference of around 650 times. In nations like the UK and Germany, where over one-third of new car sales are now entirely electric, there has been a noticeable movement towards electric vehicles. Toyota's market position may face more challenges if this trend persists and the percentage of completely electric car sales increases to about 50% by the end of the year. The automobile industry in Norway has also seen a significant shift, with the market share of battery electric cars rising from 30% in 2018 to an astounding 80% in 2022. This change indicates that Norwegian customers are adopting electric cars at a rapid rate. Concerns are raised about Toyota's potential market position if we look at this growth trend and presume that the worldwide market share of electric vehicles will follow a similar S-curve trajectory. It's possible that by the time Toyota introduces its EV line in 2027 or 2028, BEVs will account for more than half of global auto sales, with Toyota accounting for a negligible portion of the total. Furthermore, well-known individuals like Cathie Wood from ARK Invest have published projections that highlight even more of Toyota's possible difficulties. By 2027, Wood predicts that sales of completely electric vehicles will account for 90% of all automobile sales worldwide, as customers become more conscious of the current changes in the automotive industry. The demand for petrol and diesel vehicles would probably collapse in such a situation, which would put more pressure on automakers that haven't made a big splash in the electric vehicle market. Apart from the obstacles encountered in this swiftly evolving automobile industry, Toyota's fiscal circumstances also give rise to apprehension. Toyota has a significant debt load, with current liabilities of over $170 billion, as per their most recent balance sheet. This puts the business in the top tier of globally indebted businesses. Toyota's property, plant, and equipment are valued at around $215 billion on the asset side of the balance sheet. On one hand, Toyota's capacity to make money and pay off its obligations is constrained by the falling sales and worth of ICE plants. However, the business must make significant expenditures in order to take a competitive stand in the expanding EV industry. Toyota would have to take care of its stranded assets and modify its production infrastructure to meet the growing demand for EVs in order to break this potentially destructive loop. This would probably include reassessing its production capabilities, shutting or repurposing certain ICE plants, and reallocating funds to the advancement and manufacturing of electric cars. Further strategic alliances and cooperation may help Toyota expedite its electric vehicle, EV plans, and lessen the financial risks connected to stranded assets and rising debt. As Toyota navigates the electric vehicle revolution and its evolving challenges, what are your thoughts on the future of this automotive giant? Share your insights in the comments below, and subscribe to our channel for more updates.